It's absolutely been kicking off in Helldivers 2 within the wider community for the past 24 hours or so since the recent patch update. If you want to know the full ins and outs, then we're going to break down some of it here, what all the fuss was about and how the devs have responded to this. But in the meantime, let's kick it all off with the new premium Warbonds cutting edge and this epic trailer which was just released. A lot of this stuff has been teased for a little while, but at least now we've got a concrete release date with March the 14th, and this is all going to be part of the premium Warbond, so it's going to cost 1000 super credits. We did a little bit of a breakdown yesterday of how you can farm super credits if you're going to chuck your level down to difficulty level 3 and farm some of the loot drops within their missions, but ultimately let's break down what's what and what we're going to be getting with the cutting edge premium Warbond. Obviously within this we've got 3 new primary weapons which are coming to the game, and to be honest, I've been hearing a lot of talk about the last 16 sickle, which is basically a better version of the scythe which we broke down recently on the channel. It is an energy based weapon and it's one again that doesn't require reloading but will overheat if you're using it continuously. By all accounts from everybody that's used it in the first Helldivers game, then this one has a lot better feel about it and it's actually probably going to be a little bit more powerful. Are we pushing on the borders of pay to win? Probably not, given how the recent patch update has gone down with how people at Arrowhead want to look at dealing with primary weapons and where they sit within the current sandbox. But again, this one's going to be one that's probably going to get a little bit of fanfare as it comes out on the 14th of March. We've also got the SG8 Punisher, which is a pump action shotgun with limited armor penetration and it's ideal for small and fast targets. Like I say, it comes with light armor penetration and it also comes with the rounds reload, which means that you can reload it 1 round at a time, and this is a plasma based weapon which will again fire in short bursts and over a decent range considering that it's a shotgun, but again it's probably not going to be something that's going to be taking out chunkier enemies but will deal that decent area of effect damage as shown off in the trailer. And then lastly we've got the Arc 12 Blitzer, which is a little bit of a version of the arc support weapon which is doing the rounds at the minute. This one basically projects an arc of close range lightning, or you can even charge it up to fire off powerful bolts. It's definitely going to be a good one for taking out multiple targets, and then you can pair this with the new stun grenade or the last 7 dagger. We're also getting a few new player banners, obviously capes, they're all the rage at the minute and there's some decent looking ones there. Bot Slayer and Agent of Oblivion are ones that are taking my eye with that one, and then obviously we've also got the emotes victory poses with the presentable, the shotgun show and the head tap. All of these things look to be great additions to the game, and I'm definitely going to be farming some super credits to save up and get this Warbond as soon as it comes out next week. Now that's that for the new premium Warbond, but it's all been kicking off all over online, whether you've been on Twitter or Reddit for the past 24 hours since the new balance patch update, then people have been absolutely losing their minds. Absolutely losing their minds, and to be fair, and to be honest, I was asleep whilst most of this has been kicking off, and if I wasn't asleep I was probably down at the gym and then probably out for lunch as well, so I'm basically just catching up on what has been going on, but it's the internet and it doesn't surprise me, to be honest. But either way, we're just going to break down a little bit of it and, you know, keep you in the loop if you, like me, have missed it. So one of the main posts that I've picked up on was from Jiggerboy95, where they're basically titled, "I'm all for balance changes, but what are devs antagonising the player base?" This one is a little bit of a a heated breakdown of what's gone on. But again, the CEO from Arrowhead Studios has come in and tried to fan the flames, to be fair, and has come in with this reply. Hey, thank you for bringing this up. This is not the intention from the studio perspective, but since I am a heavy subscriber of a communicative studio, it means that I encourage developers to engage with the community. However, this also exposes us to risks of miscommunication or heated arguments, and it's something that we actively discuss internally at the studio to improve on. While I understand that it reflects on the studio as a whole, it is not our intention that this should be the behaviour from us. We want to ensure that all of you have the best time possible in this game and in this community. As for the balance patch and the opinions surrounding it, we actively read as much as we possibly can and take what is said into consideration when we discuss things internally. Right now, the hot topic is your guys' feedback and response to the balance adjustments and the feeling of the game experience at large. So obviously the CEO and the rest of the studio, they've pretty much got their fingers on the pulse at all times, and the communication and even the recent balance patch show that they are technically listening to what's going on. A lot of people have wanted certain weapons and certain support stuff being brought up to the level of other stuff, and with the flamethrower and the laser cannon specifically, they have actually done the business. And these two things, if you haven't used them since the new update, then you really should, because they're actually really good at taking down some of the chunkier enemies. Obviously they're probably not ideal for taking out the Bile Titans and the tanks and stuff, but anything less than that, like elites and the pesky stalkers, then these things literally melt them, especially the flamethrower. And the outrage for some of the stuff in regards to the rail cannon and the shield backpack, probably uncalled for, but I mean, if some of the devs have been fanning the flames, then that is basically going to get a response from the community. Over on Twitter, there was a recent announcement where the mech rollout has been delayed, where the factories on Ten Quan have been halted their production of the mech suits, and this new major order is in place for all Helldivers to go over there and liberate the factories. And this basically is going to come full circle to us hopefully getting the mech suits if we manage to complete this major order. Now, it's a little bit of a surprise event because obviously on the 5th of March the Helldivers social media account released a propaganda style poster. Obviously these new mech suits have been leaked for some time, but I like the story element of this, and obviously this is something that the dev team have been trying to work on in terms of bringing the story to life, in terms of getting everybody involved to try and change the outcomes in the game. If you're jumping in over the next couple of days or so whilst the major order is active, get yourself down to Ten Quan and jump in and push back the assault on the Exo factory so that we can get these Exo suits in the game as soon as possible. But for now, that's all that we've got. Obviously a little bit of drama, some new news in terms of the Warbonds, and then obviously a new major order, which is going to be the big thing going forwards for the next few days. Let me know what you think about all the goings on within the community, if you're still mad about your beloved railgun and whatnot being nerfed, and if you want more future news and content from Helldivers 2, then you know what to do. And as they say,